Girlies, when it was time for me to prepare the body to have a baby, one thing I knew I needed to do was detox my body. So I talked to you guys about cupping, and in other videos, I talked to you about cupping, I talked to you about acupuncture, and I was not a fan of those. Fortunately, I'm going to have to go cupping. It's very effective because I didn't even, we'll talk about cupping another day. Today, we're going to talk about colon cleanses and enemas and my journey with both of them.
It's Yoni Mack. Like, share, subscribe.
Well, the thing is, I would get my colon cleanse, and I was absolutely afraid. The idea of something going up my back, and I'm just supposed to just, just, you tell me to, excuse me? And a friend of mine had said, you should do it. It's very good for your body. It cleanses toxins out, and it's very good for prepping having a baby. That's all you had to tell me. She should have just started with that, and I would have ran to the nearest place. Because at the time, I'm like, I want to have a baby. And how do I have one? I'm going to have one by pooping? Excuse me? So I started my colon cleanse journey. And let me tell you something. Prepare for it to be pricey. Yes. Because I'd have to pay for like different sessions, and I was so nervous. Remember the first time, because nothing's ever gone up there. Never anything. Not maybe a finger, but that was a whole other story for another day. Probably on a Patreon page. Do not judge me. I don't judge you. But nothing goes up there, and I'm like, you want me to? She would like. She said, go ahead and put this up there. I was so afraid I couldn't do it. She goes, it's not gonna hurt. It's small. I'm just like, this lady must be doing all kind of. To be telling me this ain't gonna hurt if nothing's ever gone up there. Let me tell you something. She was absolutely correct. I was just so nervous. I think at one point she shoved it up there, and a water would go in, and I would, it would just come out, and I would do my colon cleanses. I would go, because at the time I could only afford to go like once a week. She said you can come twice a week. And she wasn't too far from my house. I think she was like 20 minutes away, 25, something like that. Atlanta traffic's wild. I would go get my colon cleanse, and I would do that for like, I did a 6-week section, and obviously I didn't get pregnant then. And so I was like, oh, well, okay. But then I would continue to go back like every couple of months so I can detox, and, because, my ass was out here just eating foods I wasn't supposed to eat. So I was like, okay, so is this a cheap way? And I also found myself getting sometimes a little backed up. So it was very good. So I went a year without getting colon cleanse. Well, I learned about something called an enema. I had gotten so backed up one time. I was I'm not supposed to eat ice cream. If you ever see me eating ice cream, it's very rare. I don't eat ice cream. It will back me up. I'm either very stressed, being stupid, because ice cream and me don't mix. We just don't mix ever. So I was out here. My daughter was eating ice cream, and there was my black ass eating ice cream with her. And when I tell you, I went, ooh, within a week and a half, completely backed up. And so doctor said, go get an enema. And I'm like, what is that? And they were like, it's just this thing at the store. Get it. It'll release you. Do it like maybe twice every couple of days, and then eat more fiber, Miralax, whatever, all that other stuff to get myself regular. And I'm like, okay. So I did it. And of course, you got to stick it in the rare exits. And I was like, whoo. And I said, let me learn about this enema thing. And I was like, because this doesn't seem very natural. What can I do? And let me tell you, your girl learned all about enemas. I found out these lovely little things on YouTube. Yes, I did. I did my whole research on these wonderful little enema kits. I absolutely adore it. And the enema kit, I actually joined a support group and everything. 2, actually. When I bought this one, they came with a group to join. It was very simple to use. Literally, you just get the little plug in, and I'll show you guys how to use it in the video. Yeah, here's here's the container. You fill it up with water. Not like, please don't go out here in these streets and use like faucet water. Don't do that. I use distilled water. Some people use just filtered water. And I started off doing just that. And then I leveled up when I learned about different recipes. I said, there are recipes to this? Say what? Yes, there are different recipes, and I would put baking soda with apple cider vinegar and Himalayan salt, and I would just flush out my system. When I tell you that thing helped me get regular, that does not mean I went off and, ate ice cream. I did not. No, I didn't, because I don't be eating ice cream. Again, if you ever catch me eating ice cream, just side-eye me, but girl, you don't want to do this to yourself. Anyway, but I started to do enemas, and when I tell you that helped with my weight loss so much, helped with my weight loss journey. Probably made me early, just a little bit too fertile. Gotta be watch out. And because it threw off my ovulation, that's what it was. And because I think I did an enema and my period came early, so then I had to be on watch because I was like, I don't need to get knocked up right here and there. And if it happens, it's like my body's not prepared for this. It'll ultimately possibly lead to a miscarriage. So I was very careful when I'm using my enema kit, because when I say that thing will clean me out, it will clean me out. And I loved it. I would do it. I'd lay down right there on my workout mat, and I'd fill it up. I would choose which of the little thingies to stick up the rear I would use. I started off with the small one because I'm like, I don't know about sticking large things back there. And eventually I leveled up because I wanted it to go farther up my colon. Now I do understand that a colon cleanse and an enema are two different things. Colon cleanses generally clean out the colon a little bit more. But here's what I found, that the colon cleanse, where you do have the luxury of just kind of flushing out immediately, like the tubes you can have like longer tubes. But we'll get to that one in a second. But the enema kit I could commit to more because, again, financially, I could just buy my kit, which would cost about one session of a colon cleanse, and I could reuse it. You do have to clean it. I clean mine thoroughly. You do have to clean it and then use it again. And I'm able to commit to it more. So I would be able to do maybe 2 of the enema kits a week, 3. I don't overexert myself, because I do want to make sure I don't become overly dependent on it, because I feel like I think that people who do it every single day, like that's the only way you're going to go, and you don't want to do that. You just want to make sure that you stay on top of detoxing and cleaning out your body, particularly after a wild weekend, like after, like, I don't know, Juneteenth weekend or something like that. You're eating crazy, you want to cleanse yourself out, you can use your enema kit. If you're on your pregnancy journey, I'm going to tell you, do not play with me post-ovulation. Because when you're ovulating, and let's say you've conceived, you want everything to be smooth, don't bother yourself, take your vitamins, and relax. But before that, if you're in the pre-pregnancy phase, girl, if you don't clean everything up out of there, clean, detox, balance, that enema is going to help you get there for sure. I use 2 different types of enema kits. I did start off with the first one, and then I leveled up to bucket. These little things are attached to it. That's the only reason why I'm not like removing it. So yes, but this is the bucket. It came with more of the little cords, and I would hang it from my shower. I'd fill it up with my distilled water. But these were also easy to use. They had more of the little tubes. One of them I didn't like so much because while it's easy to go up, coming out, it would poke at something, and yeah, it was uncomfortable. So I just kind of stick to the main 2 that I've always used, and I'd flush out my system that way. The reason why I chose the bucket was because I found it a little bit easier to clean than the other enema kit. The other enema kit, what I liked about it was easy to hang. I didn't have to worry about maybe the bucket like tip it over and splashing water on me or anything like that, or anywhere. But either one is great. I did like the bucket one because I felt like there was more I could put in there, but I'm not totally sure, honestly.
It's Yoni Mack. Like, share, subscribe.